So I'm urging my fellow citizens to slow down because the next fatality could be you.
It is indeed a pleasure being here to witness the handing over of this valuable and important driving simulator to the Island Traffic Authority. I think the handing over is well timed and necessary, as it will serve to improve our transportation sector. With the high incidence of road fatalities plaguing our roads, I hope this much needed equipment will help in the eventual alleviation of this problem. I trust that the ITA will improve in their service delivery with this needed investment. Mr. Minister, I want to laud and thank you in the ministry, in the Transport Authority, for procuring such a well-needed equipment to improve service delivery to the traveling public.
I am indeed very happy and pleased to see, for the first time in my tenure as the Director General of Road Traffic at the Island Traffic Authority, collaboration like this, a meaningful collaboration. When I assumed this office, it was my dream, and I conveyed this to the minister, to have driving simulator to enhance the tested process of issuing driver's license. Several months down the road, and we have not reached the year yet, this is a reality. This tells me that there is a sensitivity towards the need of this very valued entity, the Island Traffic Authority. And I am very happy to know that my colleague from the Transport Authority, that has such great synergy with this entity, rose to the occasion and have delivered, promise kept. And I thank you, Mr. Hilton, and the Transport Authority.
We are here at the handing over ceremony for a driving simulator. Some people say that a simulator is a toy. There are many toys in life that you learn valuable lessons from. So if this is a toy, you're going to learn a lesson from it. When I became minister in 2018, I am determined to clean up and straighten up the industry. And one of the issues that's outstanding is safety on the roads. And we have always set targets of how much fatalities we're looking for the year. And we always just breeze past it, like when one of Mr. Blair taxi man never drive. We just breeze past the targets. And we set the same target the following year. And we are determined to do some things about it. What we have done, we have sat down, we have gone to the table and says, how do we treat, what's the cause? Because 98% of the persons driving on the road have a driver's license. Many persons have different anecdotal stories as to how them get the license. People tell you how much they pay and all those things. That is the anecdote because you have no proof. And I said to the officers at ITA, let us examine all the processes. And we started with the learner's license, the provisional license. You used to pay what, $50? 2 pictures, JP sign it, and you go to the tax office and you get a learner's. And then you go behind a vehicle and you're on the road. You can lick down or kill everybody. The first time you drive in a car, you go on the road with your learner's license. $50. It raised now? How much it is now? Mr. Hilton? 1,800. So we have said, let us introduce a test of the road code before you get the learner's license. So at least you know about the road code. Because many times when you drive, especially in the country, and you buck up on a man right on a bridge, and you reach the bridge before him, or at least that's what you think. And him think him reach the bridge before you. And somebody has to reverse. Now I know that 10 times why the other man kept going back down, you know. It's because he can't reverse. I don't know the road code. So we have insisted, and last year we started the project free of cost. You don't have to pay extra for it. That you must sit a test of the road code and pass it before you can get your learner's license. And it is just not a normal test, because I remember when I went for my license, I did a test, a written test, and handed it to the clerk. She corrected, and she said, you failed. She never tell me how much I failed by. She never tell me where I failed. And 2 weeks time I went back and do the test. She said, you passed. I don't know if I improve or not. You just hear say you pass and you hear say you fail. That's not good enough. So we have sat down and we designed a test that you have to do it electronically. And the electronic basis is that it's island-wide. So when you walk into the depot in Westmoreland, you're linked up into an island-wide system. And you do your test in Westmoreland. And the beauty about the system is that the man sitting beside you is doing a different test. Because the test comprises of 20 questions, but we have about 40 questions for each of it. So number 1 are 40 different questions. So the computer, when you sit down and log in, and by the way, when you sit, it takes a picture. And it compares your picture that is taking the test with a picture that we scan in there that you carry come from the jail. Because we know Jamaicans that somebody going to send somebody to go take the test for them. So we're verifying that it is you who applied, it's you same one that is taking the test. And 4 times during the time you're taking the test, the tablet take your picture and compare it. 4 times. So if you think you're smart, you're smarter. And what we have found is that last year, 72,000 persons applied for learner's license and took the test. 61,000 persons passed the test. 85% of the persons who have taken the test have passed the test. So we are comfortable that the new people coming into the system know the road code. And you have an opportunity to take over the test if you fail it 1 time. And if you fail it the 2nd time, you're going to have to pay the 3rd time. The 3rd time is not free. And we are hoping that over time, the behavior on our roads will improve. Oh, let me quickly say, Mr. Hilton, that when you take the learner's license test, the test is not administered locally, you only take it locally. But it is corrected centrally in Kingston, and therefore the clerk in any depot that you are here cannot manipulate the test or tell you if you passed or failed. And the test tell you where you failed, how much you got, and where your weaknesses, so that you can go back and study and come back. As a matter of fact, the thing has been going so well that a new person has published a brand new road code book. At one time it's only 1 book and you're going to pharmacy and the pharmacy don't have the little book, God help you. You have to go borrow 1. Well, a new person has published a new road code book, and we want to encourage more persons to publish road code books. And introducing the driving simulator into the thing now, so that once you finish the test, before you do the yard test, the inspector is going to put you on the simulator to ensure that you know how to control a vehicle. Because the inspectors are families too. And the inspectors in Jamaica are very brave men and women. Because can you imagine you just taking a person carrying on the road and you don't know them from Adam, and you don't know if them can drive or if them cannot drive, and you and them are bubble down Swallowfield Road and I go down Whole Oak Road, and you don't know if the person can drive or not. The inspectors, the 55 inspectors we have in Jamaica are heroes. Got them brave bad. So we are trying to reduce that by putting the person on a simulator and test the different conditions, because the simulator is so designed that you can have wet road, you can have night driving, rainy road, and the inspector will observe how you operate that vehicle without taking you out of the yard. And then now, once you pass that, put you on the thing. But the issue we face, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to quickly wrap up, but to say this to you, 437 persons have died on our roads since yesterday, from 1st of January to yesterday. 437. 61% of that are what you call vulnerable road users. The motorcyclists, pillion rider, and pedestrians have died on our roads. But the frightening part about it, Colonel Price, the frightening thing is that 34% of the 437 or 151 persons, Assistant Commissioner, have died after curfew hours. After curfew hours. 151 persons have died after curfew hours. And if you think that is bad, there is 151 families that will not have a loved one for Christmas. There is a child somewhere that will not have a father for the rest of their life. There is a family with somebody who is maimed, crippled, that they will have to take care of for the rest of that person's life.